Tonight on Fox 61 News at 10, former professional figure skater Tanya Harding didn't figure on this. She's picking up trash on a jail cleanup crew. We'll tell you why tonight at 10.
1,000 years enter live tombs that hide the greatest treasure since King Tut. Guarded by 10,000 mummies. Join Hugh Downs when Fox opens the Tombs of the Golden Mummies live right now.
Cairo, Egypt, the Sphinx, the pyramids, mysteries of an ancient civilization. Defied explanation for nearly 5,000 years. Tonight, live, we will travel back more than 25 centuries and enter a labyrinth of tombs, many of them undisturbed for nearly 500 years. Coming to you live from the Bahariya Oasis, some 260 miles southwest of Cairo, deep in the ancient Sahara Desert. Good evening, I'm Hugh Downs. Ahlan wa sahlan fi mas. Welcome to Egypt. It's 3 a.m. The sands are calm, the heat has subsided, but as you can see at the excavation sites here, there's anything but calm. We are here examining one of the most astounding archaeological discoveries of all time. Perhaps as many as 10,000 mummies, some sheathed in gold, and some buried with treasures, including things like coins showing the face of Cleopatra. In 1922, Howard Carter first shined his light into King Tut's tomb, and a colleague asked, "What do you see?" That was Lord Carnarvon. Carter murmured, "Wonderful things." And now you and I are about to see wonderful things. Now our first dig site. The explorer team is headed by Dr. Zahi Hawass, who is Egypt's chief archaeologist and the man who may know more about Egyptian antiquities than anyone in the world. And also Bill Pullman, the movie star famous for saving the world in Independence Day, and himself an adventurer and amateur archaeologist. Gentlemen, can you tell us where we're headed?
Good evening. I would like really to tell everyone who's watching us tonight that ancient Egypt is not the pyramids and the Sphinx. We are going to see mummies, enter inside tunnels. We'll learn tonight about archaeology and history.
We look forward to that. And Bill, how do you feel about this impending?
It's kind of exciting. It's great. It's a privilege to be here with Dr. Hawass, who I think we're very lucky to have, and I'm kind of curious to see how we're going to take all these cameras. We're going to go down a shaft and try to share this live experience with everybody.
I know what you're planning to do. I'll let you get on your way, and we'll be back to you presently. In the meantime, joining us is our reporter, Lisa Guerrero, and you are headed for where?
Hugh, I'm headed to the cemetery of Anubis. We're actually going to be broadcasting from 2 different locations this evening, and we've all been kind of having this crash course in Egyptology in order to get up to speed to Dr. Hawass's discoveries. So I'm going to head off to the Valley of the 10,000 Mummies, and I'll check in with you in a few minutes.
From there, you head there, and we'll head here. We'll be back in a second. Welcome to the dig called Sheikh Soubi in the Valley of the 10,000 Mummies. You know, archaeology is not an exact science. So in order to bring you this massive undertaking within the confines of this broadcast, there has been a team working almost 24 hours a day for the last 2 months with cameras rolling. You know, we have isolated several tombs that are within miles of each other and requires our team to shuttle back and forth. And tonight we do have a plan, but we can't predict what will happen or what we'll find in that plan. Our goal is to show you as much as possible, keeping in mind that these tombs really must be protected and preserved. Now, in addition to our team here, we have upcoming conversations with Samuel L. Jackson from Hollywood on Hollywood's treatment of things Egyptian, and with Omar Sharif, who showed me a good deal of old Cairo, and a special appearance from Hollywood's most famous mummy. But to begin this event, let's go to Bill Pullman and Dr. Hawass at the north end of Sheikh Soubi.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Sheikh Soubi. Now, why is the world going to remember this after tonight?
Because it's a place of a religious man, and this is why they call this area Sheikh Soubi. Please come back.
All right, now we're going to get this first bit of equipment down here. I'm going to try to bring this light stick down so we'll be able to look as soon as I...
Okay, you know, Bill,
All right.
this place is dated back before the Mummies, and it's about 500 BC, about 2,500 BC. And we are down, Bill?
Yeah.
Are you with me? We are down about, are you coming?
Yep, I'm coming through.
We are down under the ground, I think, about 25 feet.
All right.
This is a sarcophagus that we found about 2 weeks ago. It's completely sealed, and you can see how it's completely sealed. Never opened before. Rais Talal and Ahmed working for me at Saqqara. I brought them here. Yalla Regal, let us open the sarcophagus. Bill, wish us good luck.
All right. Well, this is a little different than what I expected. I guess it's a little bit smaller. Is this what they're putting crowbars?
Yeah, they're
trying to find a crack. I can see there's a crack coming in. Dan, can I take that camera? I'll show
they are trained to
down
open
along
this
the edge here. All right. This is happening a little faster than I thought it was.
Open. Bill,
yeah.
wish me good luck.
All right.
Okay. Yalla.
Okay. I'm going to be... All right.
Yalla.
Zahi,
Yes, Bill?
I'm going to rock it back this way towards me, right? All right. Can we get up?
Oh, Bill, we have the luck. Open.
All right.
Open. We have a mummy here.
All right. Are we going to try to rock
Can
it
you
back
open this,
just
please?
a little bit?
يلا راس افتح شيل تاني طب شيل يلا افتح
1 2
يلا يا ريس يلا يا رجاله عشت يا ريس احمد يلا يا ريس طلال Great. This mummy, this is a good luck, Bill. You are a wonderful man. Listen, this is dated back, I think, exactly as I told you, 2,500 years ago. This area is before the mummies.
Dan, let me take
The
this.
Sheikh Soubi. And
camera.
look at the mummy. It's different from the mummies in the Valley of the Golden Mummies because this is a period. It's different completely from that period. And this mummy, I think, is about, how tall, Bill? Tell me. I think about 4.5 feet.
Yeah.
And this is the head here. And of course, a mummy like this should be filled with
right.
amulets and gold and something like this. We're not going to open the mummy, of course, but we will move it to the museum.
Yeah. Now, since this is a child, sometimes they would bury it
I don't think there's a child. We called it the child sarcophagus. This is a real man.
That's a real man.
But a short man.
I'm going to try to take a digital picture here.
Okay,
so that we can share this with everybody.
But tell me, is this the first mummy that you see, Bill, in an excavations?
Yes.
Good.
This is, all right, that picture is going online. Okay, Dan, I'm going to, okay.
That picture that Bill has just taken will be online on Fox.com within moments. And if you have any questions about what you're looking at or about anything that you may see tonight, you can log on by getting to www.fox.com, and we'll try to respond to as many questions as we have time for in this broadcast. Dr. Hawass, we need to check in now with Lisa Guerrero, who's standing by over at the cemetery of Anubis.
Yalla, Bill, this is another big one. We are ready to open it, but listen, Bill, when you open a sarcophagus like this, do you have a wish? Or what, do you have thinking of something?
Well, I have to say that I've been aware of these curses that have been applied to these.
No, I protect you.
I'm hoping that we're going to be protected.
I am protecting you.
Fantastic.
No curses. Rais Ahmed, Rais Talal.
All
Ben,
right,
I want you to look at these people before. They are well trained to open things like this.
Well,
working in the field for the last 30 years.
Great job on the last one. This is a little bit bigger undertaking. If I can get down
but we have to be this way.
All right.
Huh? You know, they are saying prayer.
Let me get in there, Dan. I can listen here. This is what we're looking at is a cranking operation. It's jacking the pressure against the upper lid. You can see that there's a seal down here that's starting to break now. That's now about 2 inches open, and it looks like there's some kind of you can see the thickness of the sarcophagus. Looks like it's about 4 inches thick so far. There's the first crack. So we'll probably see something through that crack right there first. I'm going to stick this camera down. Right. Do I have a...
Bill, it seems that we have another mummy. We do have... يلا يا ريس تفضل. يلا يا ريس شد حيلك. We do have another mummy, Bill. يلا يا رجال يلا يا رجال عشت يا ريس احمد عشت يا ريس طلال يلا يا رجال.
And it's now the top is starting to push over.
You can see the mummy now.
I'm getting a little bit of a glimpse this way. It's the fragments of the linen weaving are kind of breaking apart, but you can see its form is still there.
No, we see mummy now. It is similar to the other mummy that we opened, but this is a bigger mummy, and I think it's in a good condition. It looks like this, but we're going to see it now. Open it. يلا يا ريس احمد هات العتاله اللي هناك انا اساعد معاكم بسرعه يا ريس طلال.
All right, this is pretty amazing. Now I'm kind of curious with these cameras that we will be able to look down. You can see I'm starting to see the first little bit of the
excuse me,
feet.
Bill,
Yeah.
can you hold on for a second, please? يلا يا ريس طلال.
We're coming in with another brace, I think, just to make sure that we can really get a great look at this. All right, then I'm going to hand that back to you. Now, Dr. Hawass, after this mummy is exposed, what will happen to this particular one?
A mummy like this, if it's in a good condition, it should be at the museum.
It should be at the museum.
We will put it at the museum. But you have to know that all these mummies is really in a very good condition. And as I explained to you, it's about 200 years before Alexander the Great, 500 BC. And this is what we call the Scythe period, the rebirth of the Egyptian civilization.
Now we've seen a couple of different kinds of sarcophagus. In this period, they use these thick stone. What is this stone that this is
sandstone. Bahariya Oasis is known by sandstone. There is no limestone here in Bahariya. There is no alabaster. There is nothing like this.
Is that sandstone right behind you?
Exactly. This is cut in the sandstone. We are now like 25 feet underneath the ground, Bill.
I'm a little worried about this crack right here. Is that something that...
It's true.
It's just...
يلا يا ريس يلا يا ريس شيل بقى شيل بسرعة. يلا يا ريس طلال يلا معاك اهو. اوبا يلا يا ريس يلا.
Here, I'm going to push with my feet.
يلا يلا
كده. All right, I'm going to move down along here.
Take your leg away, please. أيوة. يلا يا ريس يلا يا ريس طلال يلا يا ريس.
All right.
يلا. Hey now.
All right. Oh my gosh, we got a great view of it now.
This is great.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, Mom. No,
this one's quite a bit taller than the other one that we saw. We're seeing some of this, the linen here is cracking open.
The linen, and you see some of the humidity here.
Oh,
this is some of the humidity that we can clean it like this, and the mummy will look beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And you see, this is the face here, and it's in a very good condition. And I tell you, Bill, we are very lucky.
Very lucky. Will you go any further with unwrapping this at all in your investigation, or will you leave it just like this?
No, we'll put it under the X-ray. We'll find out what's inside the mummy.
Because in here is a full skeleton, right? There's a skull right here.
A skeleton wrapped with linen, and there is amulets inside.
And why is it black?
It's black because of the material that they use for the mummification. This is why it looks black.
Is it?
And this period is different from the other one. Then I will tell you something that since we opened it 2 weeks ago, I never thought that we were going to discover inside this.
All right.
Two mummies like this.
Fantastic.
Then this is the beginning. Bill, it's good luck.
We're going to see some more. All
Okay,
right, Hugh.
all
I think
right.
we've done pretty well here, and we're ready to go up above to you, Hugh, so that we can get our next position.
Hugh, I hope that you are with us to really see this.
Okay, yeah, I was a little previous before in checking with Lisa, but right now Lisa Guerrero is standing by over at the cemetery of Anubis. Lisa?
Thanks, Hugh. Check this out. I am at the Valley of 10,000 Mummies, and you're going to want to look at this area. I'm in a tomb surrounded on 3 sides by mummies. Now, mummies weren't the only thing that Dr. Hawass's team has been uncovering. Look at this. This pottery is beautiful. Now, this vessel may have at one time contained wine, because this used to be kind of known as the Napa Valley of Egypt. Look at the skull here. The skull has 2 major cracks. Isn't that interesting? There's so many things to look at here. Bill and Dr. Hawass, you're going to want to get here as quickly as possible. There are all kinds of exciting things to discover.
Opening the Tombs of the Golden Mummies Live is brought to you by Mazda. Mazda, get in, be moved.
Remember compliments you receive. Forget the insults. Be nice to your siblings. They're your best link to your past and the people most likely to stick with you in the future. Finally, a minivan to live by. Introducing the Mazda MPV.
Want to see my life? It's all in here somewhere. At least now, I've got the makeup thing together.
Express Makeup 3-in-1 from Maybelline. One lightweight stick that does 3 things quick. It glides on liquid smooth, dots on to conceal, finishes powder light for a no-fuss natural look.
You can toss it in your bag, along with the rest of your life.
Express Makeup 3-in-1 from Maybelline.
It's makeup made simple.
Maybe she's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Interesting. Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola? A paradox. While molecularly similar, they logically seem to offer 2 possibilities. Of course, you must invariably arrive at one and only one correct choice.
Duh!
A no-brainer.
There are lots of tempting computers out there, so how do you choose? This one looks appetizing, but does it include internet service? This one looks good, but does it come with a free color printer? Now a Gateway Select PC comes with a 700 MHz AMD Athlon processor, a year of AOL included, free Canon printer, and you can trade it in toward the purchase of a new one in 2 years, all for just $37 a month. So, come and get it. Call 1-800-GATEWAY.
Catch the hottest performances by Macy Gray, Erykah Badu, and Christina Aguilera. Plus Michael Jordan, Danny Glover, Mel Gibson, and Tyra Banks.
Set it off, girlfriend.
Join host Oprah Winfrey and Bill Cosby for the Essence Awards at 8/7 Central, Fox Thursday.
He's won 10 Grammys, sold over 40 million albums. He's Santana. In his first television special with your favorite musical guest, performing hits from his multi-platinum album, A Supernatural Evening with Carlos Santana. Santana, Wednesday, May 31st, only on Fox.
Now, you may think that you'd need bulldozers or earth movers to excavate an area of this size, nearly 4 square miles. But because of the sensitivity of this area and because of the lack of resources, this excavation needs to be done primarily by hand. Can you imagine? That will take decades, a painstaking process, and one for these workers that could literally last a lifetime. Hugh?
Yeah, Lisa, when you consider that we're more or less in the middle of approximately 6 million square miles of the Sahara Desert, the question we ask ourselves is, in a high-tech world of radar and satellites, how did this discovery come to be, and why was it so late? The answer may surprise you. On the morning of March 1st, 1996, Abdul Magoud and his donkey traveled under the blazing sun to the temple of Alexander the Great, where Abdul worked as a guard. This particular morning, his donkey would change the course of Abdul's life and the history of archaeology.
I was at the temple of Alexander the Great when suddenly my donkey escaped and started to run.
The donkey finally stopped when his leg got stuck in a hole. When Abdul freed the animal, he saw a golden face staring up at him.
I reported what I saw to the chief of the guards. They found hundreds of tombs.
Within a week, Dr. Zahi Hawass arrived on the scene and declared Abdul's discovery the find of a lifetime. At first, they kept the remarkable discovery a secret to protect the priceless golden mummies. But eventually, Abdul and his donkey became world famous.
They filmed me before. The Americans and the Germans have done it before. Same pictures, same questions.
Despite his fame, Abdul's life hasn't changed much in the 4 years since his remarkable discovery. His donkey, however, is the envy of all his friends. And to this day, Abdul remains proud of the role they both played in recovering a lost treasure of Egypt's rich past.
Does your donkey have a name?
He doesn't have one, but he gets more than enough food. The donkey has his place in history now.
Coincidentally, Abdul Magoud's donkey wasn't the first animal to lead us to a major archaeological find. In 1899, Howard Carter's horse stumbled on a statue of the first pharaoh of the Middle Kingdom. And in 1900, another donkey fell into a hole near Alexandria, revealing catacombs dating to about 200 AD. And in 1990, a horse ridden by an American tourist he tripped and discovered the tomb of the workers, and that was a tomb near Giza that Dr. Hawass had been searching for a long time and had sort of given up on ever finding. We'll get back now to the cemetery of Anubis, where Lisa is standing by. And Lisa, if you can tell us a little bit what you've learned about the Bahariya Oasis and the 10,000 mummies up to this time.
Well, this may look like barren desert today, but centuries ago, this valley was where the glory of ancient Greece and the grandeur of Rome met the mystery of Egypt. This was a magical place, one that even Alexander the Great enjoyed. This legacy is what we're discovering today.
They are retreats from the Sahara's blistering sun, but an oasis also seems to possess profound mystical powers. Even the Greek conqueror Alexander the Great fell under their spell. After his army expelled the Persians from Egypt, he crossed the desert to the oasis Siwa, seeking the wisdom of the oracle Amun.
One of the reasons Alexander went to Siwa was to get advice on founding a city named after himself in Egypt, what became Alexandria.
By the time he was 30, Alexander and his troops had conquered most of the known world, but it was in Egypt that he exerted the greatest influence.
Most of the Greek men arrived without wives, and there weren't very many Greek women to go around, so a lot of them wound up marrying Egyptian women. And this, over time, created a significant group of people with mixed ancestry and often bilingual.
The Egyptians were very open, and they often adopted gods of foreign cultures. The Greeks gave Greek names to many of the Egyptian gods. So, for example, Hathor became Aphrodite, and Amun became Zeus.
When Alexander lay dying, his generals asked, "To whom do you leave your empire?" Alexander whispered, "To the strongest." One of the strongest was his boyhood friend, Ptolemy I. He seized Egypt, and his descendants ruled for 300 years. The last of the line, Cleopatra. She is known as a temptress, a corrupter of men, but she also was a brilliant power broker.
We do know that she could read and write hieroglyphs. In this aspect, she probably did stand apart from most other kings and queens of the Ptolemaic period, who were, of course, Greek. I think she was a genius in terms of her political savvy, her ability to manipulate, her ability to save an empire, or almost save an empire, and she really almost succeeded.
Cleopatra's last act was to kill herself. She refused to be the trophy wife of a Roman conqueror. Instead, she smuggled a poisonous snake into her bedchamber. Its venom killed her and delivered all of Egypt to the Romans. Under their rule, the economy of the oases boomed.
What the oases were terrific for is tree crops. They were very valuable. They're extremely expensive, particularly olive oil, which was probably the single most important basis of the oasis economy.
And it was Roman influence that changed the look of the mummies.
In the Roman period, there's less of an emphasis on the treatment of the body. And so there seems to be an increasing emphasis on appearance.
It's as if you are looking into the eyes, faces, and souls of the past. The portraits almost bring to life the individual contained within.
Mummy portraits are historical documents about Roman Egypt and what daily life was like. They give us information from the hairstyles, from the costumes people wear, and from their jewelry.
One of the exciting things about the excavations in Bahariya is that they're probably going to fill in some big gaps in our knowledge. And now all of these burials, and I hope excavations in the town as well, will begin to give us a comprehensive picture of what life was really like in the oasis.
You know, Bill, when I came here the first time last year, and we started our excavations, and we excavated 4 tombs, we found 105 mummies. And now we came this year, we stayed longer with 10 Egyptian, and we did really one of the best Egyptian archaeology ever done. We found in 7 tombs 102 mummies. But look at this valley. It's large. When I did a survey, I found out that this valley contained at least 10,000 mummies. Then I will stay all my life excavating and working in mummies here. But let us go inside and start our adventure. خلاص يا رجالة اتفضلوا 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 يا رجالة. But Bill, I would like to tell you that, you know, I thought always that I'm going to have one lover. You know what this lover? The pyramids. But now I changed my lover. I have a second one, mummies.
You're a romantic man, Zahi.
Look at this tomb. This is a sandstone. And cut in the sandstone, but it is the best preserved for the architecture of the tombs.
Really? Does this have a large rock in front of it, or any kind of...
Of course, it was completely sealed up. All of this was filled with sand. It goes inside, maybe about 25 feet inside, and it has like 6 rooms. But let us see, for the first time, what's inside the 6 rooms.
Oh, man.
You know, this cemetery, as I explained, Bill, it has tombs of the upper class, tombs of the middle class, and also the poor. Those people were middle class. But I think those like maybe workmen working for the family.
Let me borrow this.
I mean, look at this, We have a flash. Look at the linen, which is still here.
Oh, yeah.
And look
in
at
the eye sockets.
Exactly.
Linen?
Yeah, it looks very interesting. But as I told you, I believe those are the workmen who worked under the this middle class family. And let us see this here. You know, sometimes the mummies are not in that great condition, but in the same time, they're very interesting. Completely covered with linen, and it's...
those are toes, right?
This is the toes,
I
exactly.
recognize those.
Yeah, and you can see, look, Bill, you can see the toes are clear here.
Yeah.
People believe, Bill, that mummification in the Roman period was bad. This is wrong. This valley proved that is the best preserved mummies ever found in Egypt. And come by and see here. You know, this is one of my favorite mummies here, Bill. This one.
Oh, yeah.
And it reminded me of this movie that they use in Hollywood.
Do you know, is this a male or female?
This is for sure a male. And I will tell you why it's male. It's not a female. I will tell you inside when we go to the other room.
All right.
But this, you know, if it's a female, you'll see something that we'll see later. But this is for sure, it's a male mummy. It's well covered and wrapped in a beautiful way. And you look, he was very tall. You know, we found the average height of the people here was 175 to 185 centimeter. Will be what in...
well, that's pretty tall, but I'm finding myself having to squat a little bit. So they're a little shorter than me, I think.
No, but look, I think this is taller than you. Yeah. Now let us do the second adventure. How do you know what the people build? You have to put them under the X-ray and try, يا ريس بدر, تعالى. ريس بدر بسرعة. You know, I use technology in archaeology.
to know about sex, to know about age, to know about diseases.
Right.
This is a mummy of a female. يلا تفضل رئيس بدر. يلا اطلع هناك. Those are two people well trained. This man worked for me at the pyramids for a long time.
Yes, bad.
Bad, exactly. Yes. You pronounce very well.
He's good, but he's bad.
He's very. But look the way that they hold it.
Yes.
على مهلك على مهلك خالص على مهلك.
So there's
حمل
it's not
وانزل.
bending.
حمل. أيوة. تمام. انزل أنت براحتك. بسرعة. بسرعة بسرعة. يا ريس بدر اتفضل بقى بسرعة. يلا. اتفضل على الإكس راي ماشين. You know, we have this X-ray machine I brought from Giza. Last year, when I had only one mummy, I took it to Cairo. I called it Mr. and Mrs. X, because I know what kind of mummy is that.
Yes.
But this year, we'll have at least 50 mummies under X-ray. Yeah, اطلعوا بسرعة واللي بعديه يدخل على طول.
Are we going to look at these for a second?
No, this will be the X-ray for
these are children.
For the children.
For the children.
Yeah, it's bad.
Is that common to see that peak here? Let me look at this, Dan, with this.
You know, this child is like maybe, in my opinion, before the X-ray, he's like maybe 2 years old. And this is maybe 8 years old. And this is only children. And this is very interesting. يلا يا ريس بسرعة. يا اللي جوه تعالى اتفضلوا ادخلوا هات البتاعة التانية. أو تعالى شيلوا على إيدك. يا ريس بدر. احنا قلنا هناخد دي ولا دي؟ يلا شيل بسرعة على مالك. This is the baby. I told you, Bill, it's 2 years old.
Yes.
And it's very interesting. We're going later to see the result of the X-ray.
We're seeing a lot of children. Was there a great mortality rate in that time? What was that?
You know, I think I will tell you at the end of the show why the people die early.
Keep it a secret. Keep it
I will keep it a secret, and you have lots of surprises, and let us continue the adventure. Go ahead, Phil.
When we come back, we're going to visit a mummy who is the highest grossing mummy of all time, and the world's first look at another incredible new find.
Come to McDonald's and discover the exciting world of Disney's Dinosaur, now in theaters. And check out McDonald's cool, fresh tastes, like the juicy, crispy chicken sandwich. Play the new Hatch, Match, and Win game. Match up the characters, and you could win one of many dino-sized prizes, like a Ford excursion with Road Theater. Where can you hatch, match, and win huge? Did somebody say McDonald's?
With Palmolive Spring Sensations.
Spring is in the air. Everywhere I look around.
Sunny Spring Blossom. It's springtime every time you do dishes. Palmolive Spring Sensations.
Spring is in the air.
When it's you against a migraine headache, you can't play nice. But now there's new Motrin migraine pain caplets for people who don't fool around with pain.
It's coming, it's coming! What is it? What is it? It's a big 7-show Digithon this Saturday morning starting at 8:30 E, 7:30 C&P on Fox Kids.
Tonight on Fox 61 News at 10, our national parks are enjoyed by millions each year, but access could be limited if President Clinton's road-building ban is adopted. How will this impact the Cherokee National Forest? We'll find out. And who counts the pollen during allergy season? Jerry investigates. Plus, who's inside the suit? Meet the man who brings Louis to life tonight at 10.
What's the manager's special at McDonald's? Right now, a quarter pounder with cheese is only 99 cents. Or try the quarter pounder with cheese extra value meal starting at $2.99. The 99-cent quarter pounder with cheese, made hot, fresh, right to order. Did somebody say McDonald's? A worldwide Olympic partner.
Now's the time to head to McDonald's for crisp, cool McSalad shakers. You shake them up to get dressing on every bite, making them surprisingly fun to eat. Who's shaking up everything you know about salads? Did somebody say McDonald's?
Why are you listening to this when you could drink a Pepsi and collect points, get a free CD with songs from different artists like Fadel, Sugar Ray, and Buster Rhymes, Hootie and the Blowfish, 160 songs so you can customize your own mix. Hey, everybody feel the joy of Pepsi, nice and dizzy. You can listen to this stupid song or create your own CD. Hey, 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 ho, ho, hey, hey.
Oh, yeah.
Get your crunch on with the new Ultra Super Chips only at Taco Bell. Super crisp, ultra flaky, because they're freshly made all day for a more crispity, crunchity thing. Check them out in our new Nacho Supreme. Just 49 cents for a limited time when you hook yourself up with an icy cold drink. Give them a look-see. New Nacho Supreme. Only at Taco Bell, baby.
Get your crunch on, man.
Have you heard the news? Right now, there's an incredible deal on extra crispy chicken at KFC. Get a 10-piece meal just $13.99. It's the crunchiest KFC ever. And if you haven't heard, well, with chicken this crunchy, how could you?
Sounds like a great deal to me.
Speed. Power. Danger. They're all part of the thrills of auto racing, NASCAR style. And over the last decade, this southern-bred spectacle has raced to the top of the sporting world. Fox 61's Melissa Riopka takes you from the pits of the pro circuit to the backtracks where tomorrow's stars are born. To find out what's behind NASCAR's driving wheel, Wednesday on Fox 61 News at 10.
Adam Sandler has the drive. That's your home. Bob Barker has the shots. Happy Gilmore at 8/7 Central tomorrow.
In 1922, everybody believed that King Tut's tomb was protected by this curse: I will kill all of those who cross this threshold into the sacred precincts of the royal king who lives forever. Well, 22 people from that expedition are said to have died mysteriously. And reputable newspapers reported that ominous forces unleashed from the tomb had killed them, although the death rate has since been established as normal. 78 years later, the world was introduced to another mummy. And as we continue to open tombs in the Valley of the 10,000 Mummies, we have a unique opportunity. We talked to one mummy, not just any mummy, but the biggest grossing mummy in history. It was from the set of his new film, The Mummy 2. Meet Arnold Vosloo, star of last year's box office smash, The Mummy.
Good evening, Hugh.
Arnold, what was it like? What was the most difficult part of being made up to look like a mummy?
I think the most difficult part for me in shooting the first Mummy was a scene where I'm actually wrapped. The director asked me if I would do it because they couldn't use a dummy. They had to see somebody wriggling and they would see my face being lowered into this coffin. And I must tell you, when you're completely wrapped up, you can't move your feet. You know, you can bend a little from side to side. And I just lay in this coffin wrapped up, and it was black, and it was a really strange moment for me.
That scene was really frightening, and it was made all the more so by those terrible bugs.
The scarab beetles in The Mummy is a favorite thing of the audience, and I'm happy to report that none of the bugs that they poured on me were real. It was hard enough just to be wrapped up and being in that coffin. I wouldn't have stood for scarab beetles being poured on me.
Arnold's performance was praised in some quarters because he brought some sympathetic human qualities to what was, after all, really a walking corpse with a bad attitude. How was that achieved?
I think what's important to remember, even when we go with you tonight to look at some of these, you know, gilded mummies, is that they were all people at some point. And throughout all the monster stuff and the effect stuff, it was important for me to retain some sort of human dignity to the character, and I'm pleased that that came across.
Right now we're going to look at some rarely seen footage of the actual mummification process that was used 5,000 years ago. And I have to caution you, this footage is graphic.
In mummification, the main thing is to dehydrate the body. The Egyptians took out all the organs except the heart. The hardest thing was removing the brain. At first we thought you could just pull a little piece of the brain out at a time. We really had to put the instrument in, rotate it like a whisk, and break down the brain. So the Egyptians, for example, piled natron, which is basically baking soda and table salt. and they piled it on the body to dehydrate it. And there's a standard prayer that almost everyone wanted. It was kind of, may the king grant a wish to Osiris, Lord of the dead. May he grant bread and beer, wine, all good things pure, upon which the gods live.
So, we're all looking forward to seeing Arnold Vosloo in The Mummy 2. Any last words of advice?
When you open that sarcophagus later this evening, I want you to be very careful because there's a lot of the audience that have seen Mummy 1 knows there's some pretty terrible things that happen to people that open those coffins. So you watch yourself tonight.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Arnold, for the warning and for being here with us tonight. They are now ready for us back at the cemetery of Anubis in a new tomb. What's going on there, guys?
There's a lot happening here, Hugh. We're looking at a tomb that's just beginning its excavation.
Yeah, it's not finished yet, but follow me, Bill.
We're looking at two stone sarcophagus.
Whoa! Wow, that was a...
I know, but...
We'll get the ladder back. I think we're all right. Nobody's dead.
That's okay.
Keep moving.
Are you still alive, Bill?
Yes, I'm still alive. We lost a little light, but we...
Yeah. Good. But, Bill, hold the light. There is no light.
All right, Dan, you got that mag light. I'll see if I can light Dr. Hawass.
But, you know, come by and help me. I'm going to teach you now how to do digging now.
Ah, good. All right.
Bill, take this.
I see what you're
take this away.
Starting to uncover something
take this
here.
Away. Yes.
It's looking like a piece of pottery.
Come by and look. Bill.
That's a face.
It's a face. This is, we call it anthropoid coffin.
All right.
Anthropoid coffin.
Zahi, I'm going to take the camera in just so that the audience can get a little glimpse of this.
It's a coffin with a face of a human being. And look, here, if we take this little bit.
Starting to look inside. Shall I go ahead?
Look what's inside.
Oh, man.
That's a
oh,
mummy
man.
Here. Exactly.
That's it. That's completely wrapped. And I can see down in there. Oh, you're getting in there, Dan, to see the
but Bill,
deep down inside this kind of, it's a cylinder, isn't it? That's a ceramic cylinder, and the mummy is stretched all the way in the back.
Exactly. But this is really one of its kind. This is maybe the only anthropoid coffin in a beautiful way like this. Bill, look, this is really a cave that we've not finished excavating yet, but it looks like mystery and magic and but what's really more magic is what I will show you. And
coming back this way,
you will be surprised.
Right behind us. All right, we're coming down here, seeing some. I'm looking at some bones over here that are in the.
No, not the bones, but look inside the niche.
Oh,
you know,
man,
beautifully wrapped mummy. But you know, Bill, this man is hiding himself because he wants to go safely to the afterlife.
So he was buried and put in this niche and then totally sealed so they could never find him. How did you find it?
We by accident, there was a small hole here, and that's how we really found it inside. And this is really a unique setting for this mummy. And let us continue the adventure.
Fantastic.
Just past the rectory and up some cold gray stairs is the best place on earth to buy electronics, videos, books, even your favorite country music. It's Sister Maria's room, because Sister Maria has two very important things: access to Amazon.com, the best site for finding whatever you have a passion for, and Visa, the online currency. A great way to buy Hank Williams' 40 greatest hits, and of course, something to play it on. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Find a Coke with a special pop top, and you could win $1 million. Hey, it could be your next Coke.
Is anybody else doing this?
No, this is new stuff.
And
they get to choose which one they want.
Free options. It's so simple.
The best answers usually are.
Choose one free option. Introducing the new Sprint PCS Free and Clear plan.
And what did you do this weekend, Tommy?
I have been to the Edge and back.
Excuse me?
The Edge Pizza from Pizza Hut is back.
Pizza is about toppings. The Edge has no outer crust. The Edge is toppings that keep toppings that keep right on going. Taste the Edge. I say let go of your crust, my friend, brother, sister. I have been to the Edge and back. Join me.
The Edge Pizza from Pizza Hut. Another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
Not one of these pain relief products is FDA approved to treat all the same migraine symptoms as prescription medicines, but Excedrin Migraine is. Now it's FDA approved to relieve all your migraine symptoms. Head pain, sensitivity to light, sound, even nausea. It's the only FDA approved formula with the same enhancing ingredient as some prescription medicines. Excedrin Migraine. Powerful relief without a prescription.
This is not a refrigerator. This is a scrumptious, spherical space shuttle that takes pomegranates and poultry on a non-stop flight to the fountain of youth. The curved Silhouette series, with patented ultra-fresh system, keeps fruits, vegetables, and meats so young for so long. The future tastes positively beautiful. Introducing Kenmore Elite.
I'm not a purple dinosaur. I'm not 64 bits. And I don't play pro ball. What I am is a mentor. Not a psychologist, but I'm a listener. I don't have all the answers. I'm a mentor. I make a difference. This is my reward.
Kids who have mentors are less likely to do drugs. Be a mentor.
The Free Healings team is determined to uncover the truth behind the strange and unusual.
So what are you, computer geek?
I'm just a surfer trying to keep cornflakes on the table. My name's Derek.
From the creators of the Blair Witch Project comes a series that explores the link between nightmare and reality.
It's the website. You're stirring them up.
A story of ancient mystery, eternal evil, and modern lives. You have never had so much to fear. Fearsome, this fall on Fox.
We have our first question now on our live internet Q&A. This is for Bill, and it's from Katie Mahoney, age 8 in Pittsburgh. She says, how is a movie different from doing this show? Bill?
Actually, a movie is about maybe 30% really there, and you're imagining the rest, or it's CGI. Here, it's 100% the real deal. There's no paper mache here. So now we're going to go up to Lisa, who is up in the with the X-ray machine, and see what she's found.
Thanks very much, Bill. Now, folks may be wondering, what in the world is an X-ray machine doing in the middle of the Sahara Desert? Well, Dr. Hawass can actually use an X-ray machine, among other things, to help determine cause of death for some of these mummies. He can also find out if there are any valuables wrapped within the linen. Now, as you can imagine, there are all kinds of priceless antiquities buried within these digs. So it should come as no surprise to you at all that many people throughout the ages have risked their lives in order to steal from these tombs.
Egypt's most valuable resource may well be its extraordinary antiquities. These priceless objects have been coveted for thousands of years.
Where the pyramids, where the big kings were buried, they also buried the treasures. So this was inviting trouble. They became targets for all the tomb robbers that you can think of.
A few days ago, at a tomb that had been ransacked by grave robbers.
You know, Hugh, first I have to tell you that this is the most beautiful tomb at Bahariya Oasis.
What kind of treasure would the robbers have found, or would they have expected to find when they broke into this?
Mainly was really looking for artifacts. And precious artifacts like gold, silver, and things like this. You know, this tomb, we are down the ground about 27 feet.
How did they try to protect a tomb against robbers?
You know, Hugh, it was in the mind of the owner of the tomb from the beginning, trying to hide his tomb as possible as he can. Picking big, huge stones at the entrance to hide the entrance.
Believed the Book of the Dead would provide a safe passage to the afterlife. Curses were sometimes used as an added safeguard against intruders.
This is a very unique curse inscription. And he's saying here, if anyone will touch my tomb, he will be eaten by the crocodile, the hippo, and the lion. Those are the three animals that's going to eat anyone who will enter his tomb.
Nature also provided its own weapons, waiting for uninvited guests, deadly cobras, vipers, and scorpions ready to strike.
If you look at the mask of Tutankhamun, the famous gold mask, you'll see that on the forehead is a cobra and a vulture. These are the protective deities of the pharaoh.
Some people fear that the ancient Egyptians would actually put some poison from the cobra right on top of the door of tombs so that those who open it first would get a sniff of that poison.
Unfortunately, neither venomous creatures nor ancient curses have deterred humans from plundering these treasures. Today, Egyptian officials work with the FBI and Interpol to stop the illegal flow of antiquities out of the country.
In 1996, at the airport in Cairo, they sought to use a counterfeit American embassy seal on a number of crates to smuggle out large statues like a Ramses head or a depiction of Nefertiti. And fortunately, we at the American Embassy cooperated with the Egyptian government in that investigation. It netted good results.
If you stop buying stolen artifacts, all this robbery will never come by and try to cut and damage the spiritual value of the pharaohs.
Many archaeologists believe that an astonishing 70% of Egyptian artifacts have yet to be uncovered. If Bahariya tells us anything, it may be that all is not lost after all. Coming up later, a Roman tomb filled with golden mummies.
You've been a burger lover your whole life, but you're about to stray. Take a look at this new spicy chicken sandwich from Burger King. Spicy, marinated chicken with a crispy, spicy coating, topped with a very spicy mayo. Feeling guilty? It's not really cheating, if the burger never finds out. Got the urge?
Buy any large sandwich value meal and get a free medium frozen Coca-Cola.
And we like to take you and mold you and transform you into this great, powerful buff machine.
MSN Project, day 37.
This is fitness.
Mike's been at the gym all day.
Sweet, sweet. Oh, excuse me, that must be an incoming message.
He just loves to show off how he can access MSN anywhere. Travel, news, stocks, even Hotmail.
Who is it now, my agent?
Not unless your agent's name is Mommy.
Huh?
Call 1-800-FREE-MSN to get the everyday web.
Hey, I'm getting one of these.
The fastest way to save toward the new GM car or truck of your dreams is to earn 5% on every credit card purchase. The new GM card. What are you charging toward?
Fox Saturday Baseball returns. The Red Sox battle the defending champion Yankees in the greatest rivalry in all of sports. Or NL heavyweights go face-to-face as the Braves take on the Astros. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week, 1 Eastern on Fox.
It's good to see sunshine. It's worth an extra mile. There's a new star shining, growing brighter every smile.
There's nothing like the big satisfying taste of Hardee's roast beef sandwich. Oven roasted, freshly sliced on a buttery toasted Kaiser bun. Now just 99 cents. Your favorite roast beef sandwich, just 99 cents.
Hello, Hardee's, you're cooking good today.
You can
depend on Memorial Day to mark the arrival of summer, just like you can depend on the great summer startup with the cars and trucks from Chevrolet. Get $1,500 cash back on the 2000 Chevy Malibu, the car that features air, anti-lock brakes, automatic, and V6 standard. Or get $2,000 cash back on the driving security of the 2000 Chevy Blazer 4-door. Start up your summer with a new Chevy car or truck. See your Chevy dealer today.
Krystal 3-on-3 Tourney. Pick up your official registration form at any area Krystal restaurant or AutoZone location. The tournament is filling up fast with a limited number of teams, so hurry and register today. Try the new Krystal Chicken Wings. They're tender, meaty chicken wings baked in a tangy, mouth-watering sauce, and they start at just 99 cents. The first annual Krystal 3-on-3 is coming to Ross's Landing Saturday, May 27th, sponsored by Krystal, AutoZone, Rock 105, and Fox 61.
What's the manager's special at McDonald's? Right now, a quarter pounder with cheese is only 99 cents. Or try the quarter pounder with cheese extra value meal starting at $2.99. The 99-cent quarter pounder with cheese, made hot, fresh, right to order. Did somebody say McDonald's? A worldwide Olympic partner.
Now's the time to head to McDonald's for crisp, cool McSalad shakers. You shake them up to get dressing on every bite, making them surprisingly fun to eat. Who's shaking up everything you know about salads? Did somebody say McDonald's?
At work, Chandler's a barrel of laughs. Next friend.
Tomorrow on Chattanooga's Fox 61.
Why pay off your credit card debts when you can play them off with one correct answer? It's your chance of a lifetime. A new game show coming Monday, June 5th to Fox.
Ready? Ready, Bill. Okay. Go ahead and good luck.
Thanks.
Watch out.
Yeah. All right. This one's looking a little deeper than the other one.
I know.
Yeah. All right, I'm down about 15
You know, Bill,
yeah,
this is going to be a big surprise, not to you, but to everyone who's watching us, and also for the people who are with us, the Fox people. This is going to be incredible. But what? I'm not going to tell you now. Oh.
All right, I'm going to look down here for this
Bill,
stick.
Do you have insurance, Bill, or not?
Whoa, okay, I just found a light stick down here, so I'll be able to get a better look at what we're going to get into. Okay. Making it? All right, here.
Did we make it?
Yep. Good. Good. You got just one more rung to go. And all right, and you want to swing over this way?
Yeah.
Right over this way. Very good. Okay.
Good.
Oh, man. Here
Good
we are.
Man.
I'm standing on a sarcophagus right now, and I'm looking down.
That's the beginning of the surprise.
Oh, man.
Hold your breath.
All right.
And follow me.
Great. All right, men, here we go.
We are now under the ground about 30 feet. These tombs are dated to Dynasty 26. But Bill, this is like a maze.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe we lose our way, and you have to be careful because all these areas are very fragile. Maybe some stones can fall in us. I'm not joking. This is serious.
Okay.
But follow me.
Right.
Come by first.
Okay.
Look at the ceiling. All the ceiling that will go through today or now is really weak. This is a big sarcophagus that we found. But look how the robbery, the thieves, entered inside. And this is showing how sarcophagus can be stolen. They open one hole like this and they put their hand. And they took the stuff from their hand. And this is why we did not open it. Come by, Bill. Look. Bill, this is a very beautiful, interesting scene. It shows what the deceased will see. First, he's inside his sarcophagus, laying down. This is the chapel of mummification. The deceased is above the stage. Underneath what's called the 4 canopic jars. They put the organic inside them. And this is the area for the judgment hall. The God of wisdom, is recording all the mistakes that he did in his life.
And that's his moment of determining how worthy he lived, right?
He's now going to the afterlife. This is the Akhet, means horizon. He's going up now. Sekhmet in the shape of the god Min, the god of fertility. And after that, Horus. And you see Isis nursing the child and killing the devil. And this is really a unique scene because all the scenes in the 26th dynasty scene, tombs mainly kind of religious scenes.
Yeah, this is something we didn't see in the other tomb.
We come to the first one, and this is the difficult thing, Bill. I let you go first, but maybe you let the cameraman to go first. Then you...
All right, yeah, Dan, let me take this. I've been kind of popping in everywhere, but we'll let everybody take a look.
We interrupt this program to bring you a weather alert from the Fox 61 Forecast Center.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Mathewson. Want to keep you updated on the situation here. The severe thunderstorm watch and also the tornado watch remain in effect across our area. Let's show you the counties that are affected here. Under the tornado watch, we have Van Buren, Bledsoe, Ray, Meigs, Warren, McMinn, and Monroe counties. That watch actually runs until 2 a.m. this morning or 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. Towns included in the watch are Pikeville, Dayton, Decatur, Athens, and also I wanted to mention, you see the counties outlined in yellow on your screen there. Those are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 p.m. That's Fannin and Cherokee County, well, Fannin County in Georgia and Cherokee County in North Carolina. Here's a look at our Doppler radar over the last 12 hours. We've already seen a number of tornado warnings in parts of northeastern Tennessee earlier this evening. You can see those storms moving through. Now what we're looking at is those stronger cells out past Nashville. We've seen in the last hour and a half a fairly strong cell developing out past Paducah. That is all heading this way. That's why we have the tornado watch, which again is in effect until 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll have the latest coming up on Fox 61 News at 10. Hope to see you then.
This has been a weather alert from the Fox 61 Forecast Center. We now rejoin our regularly scheduled program in progress.
And maybe this, you say this is Anubis is giving offering, and you have the deceased is giving offering to another god.
How deep are we right now, Zahi?
We are like 35 feet under the ground. But what's amazing that these tombs are not safe, Bill, because of water, humidity, and you can look. Yeah. Look, we could be buried here.
I see a few cracks.
Did you write your will before you came?
No, I brought a lucky charm, and I'm hoping that'll work.
But really, I'm making this joke to make you not to be nervous.
Okay.
But, if you follow me again,
there's a couple different choices of which way to go. This is really...
try to watch your head because of this.
There's a chamber back in there.
All right. See, Bill, really, the audience has to show, to share with us this beautiful scenes that we're looking. But I think...
Now here's a large, this is deeper than anything we've looked at before.
It is.
We're going to move around this pillar down here.
I'm just nervous because you guys have got to come back the same route you went.
Hugh, it's really difficult. Bill, are you behind me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. But watch out because this is also a very narrow place.
Okay.
I hope that the cables will...
Okay. All right. Good.
Bill, your hand. Give me your hand.
All right.
Give me your hand. This is another hole. We finished excavating it, and you can still see some...
Dan, you got a camera and I can push it over here? Great. Okay. Well, I'm looking at a couple of bones that are just lying around here. Is that something that you're going to retrieve later?
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
But come by. Look at this sarcophagus.
This is going
It's really interesting here.
Into here.
Bill, are you behind me?
Yeah, you're remembering the way back, right?
Yes, I hope so.
Okay. If we can be like Hansel and Gretel and file the cable back if we get lost. So this is really like this is what you call a necropolis, right? The city of the dead.
This is the underground city of the dead.
Okay.
But here, watch out.
All right.
This area is also very dangerous. Look at these cracks that you see in the ground here. But come by near me here.
All right.
Bunt.
We've been through a bunch of different...
What is Bunt? Come by.
Now, none of these sarcophaguses that we've passed through have any mummies in these, Zahi.
No,
why is that?
It's robbed throughout the ages. Maybe,
they were all robbed.
Maybe in the Roman period. But look at this scene and come by with me, Bill.
Okay. Okay. Try to sneak past camera here. So I can
look. Osiris.
Now I know why they have a union that does some of this work. I've been taking it for granted in movies, but I really want to get in tight so that we can see everything.
Come by on this side.
All right, good.
This is the god Osiris, the god of the afterworld, and this is Nephthys, the sister of Osiris, and this is Isis, his wife, and his sister, and the deceased is giving them offering and is giving them prayer.
Is this, and does this represent that there was a sarcophagus here? And
this is a burial chamber, and this is the tomb of someone that's called Ta Nefert Bastet.
Ah.
And
is this the depiction?
This is the depiction of
the person who had died.
Of Ta Nefert Bastet. It's made of a kind of sandstone, was covered with plaster like this.
Yeah.
And follow me.
Is this a false door here?
No, it's a kind of a niche. Maybe they put inside this niche kind of big jars or something that he will use in the afterlife. Some maybe food or artifacts or things.
All right, here we go.
Follow me because it's...
I saw a couple different ways to go back here. All right. Whoa, we just lost a little light here.
Come by,
let's keep moving. Yeah,
keep
moving. Good.
But this is very narrow also.
All right. Here, can I? Oh, you're tethered. Okay. This is start with. Feels a little like.
Ben, are you okay?
Halloween here for a minute. All right, I'm okay. I'm just going to abandon this stick here. Okay, we're about to go through
this
kind of a narrow hole over here.
You need to go with your... I think this is difficult. Push, can you push? Or hold my hat, Bill,
okay.
Hold this hat. Okay. Hold this hat, I will take it from you. I've been excavating all my life, I never... Give me the hat.
All right, there's your hat.
Come with your legs, it's easier, I think.
Okay. All right.
Give me your hand.
All right.
Good.
Oh, man, this is going. There's a whole nother thing this direction. Where are we going? We're going to go deeper
going now,
here?
But I would like to show you something here.
All right.
You know, this is the beginning.
Now, what is it we're looking for back here?
This is the beginning of the adventure.
This looks like
why?
We're going a whole other level down here.
Look at
Dan,
this material.
You got that
no,
small
Bill.
camera? Here.
Look at this material.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about it when we enter inside the sealed tomb that you never saw.
It's kind of orange and everything?
This is called hematite, but I will explain it to you. But this can kill. Okay, go.
There's
go.
About 4 chambers down that way, but we're going to head back up this way.
Go.
I'm following you, Zahi.
Follow me, my friend Bill.
All right, I'm going to have to go first, Zach. I'll reach back for the camera, I guess. Okay. Good. All right, we'll get a good, candid shot of the crew here. They've been doing a great job, really, guys.
I have to answer.
All right,
I have to answer one question to you now.
Yeah.
The average age of death in the mummies were 30 to 40.
Okay.
Okay, I think. Are you okay?
Yes, I think we're okay. Now,
I think we should.
I can see a light down this way. Like there was some shaft or something.
Go down.
Let's get a light from up above.
Oh. Ah.
All right. Is there a light down here? Is there a light? Okay, let me take the light stick.
Yes, Bill.
And I'll catch up with you.
We are coming to the most important part of this tunnels.
Here we go.
Come by.
All right. Oh, good. Here's the first bit of metal I've seen. They've shored it up somehow.
Give me your
so
hat.
that we can. Oh man.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try to sneak through because we got
a bunch of guys coming through. Oh. This is the first tomb that we discovered. Of course, because as I explained to you, everything is very fragile and everything is very weak. That's why you are protecting it by this.
And you feel pretty comfortable about this?
I really cannot be sure of this, but this is what we could do. But I could explain to you, this is the first chamber, which we found this beautiful hieroglyph. Look at the deceased. This is when we discovered the name of the person that we'll see when we enter inside the burial chamber.
All right.
His name is Jed Khenso Yuf Ankh. And you can see in this side, he's the governor of Bahariya Oasis, the most powerful man ever known in the history of Bahariya.
Is this, does that make him royalty, or is he just a family?
He could be the king of Bahariya. He ruled Bahariya under the king Empress of the 26th dynasty. And his sarcophagus is found in this side. Bill?
Yes.
That's where we'll enter. That's where we enter the adventure. That's right.
So we're going to go back this way now.
But I want you to come and just look.
Dan, there we go. Okay.
Bill?
Yeah. Here I come. Let's get him a little readjusted on the light stick.
That's when, this is the first glimpse, Bill.
Dan, here, let me grab that camera.
This is when we enter inside and see the big discovery. The sarcophagus of this man. We'll open the lid and we'll see something incredible. You know, I promised you that the audience will see something that they never saw before.
Yes.
That is, I need everyone to wait. I do not need anyone to leave the TV because that is the moment.
All right, you just heard that. Nobody's to leave.
Exactly.
Hugh, are you seeing this?
Yeah.
This is an order from the...
No, I'm looking at it. You know, this discovery, I should tell you, is the most recent. It's just days ago on this site. These are the first pictures of this sarcophagus ever revealed to the world. So tonight our team is going to open it up live, so do not go away.
When you have an ailment, different doctors might recommend different treatments. But for women suffering with yeast infections, the #1 recommendation of doctors is specific: Monistat. Monistat starts working immediately to relieve the awful burning and itching, and it provides an effective cure. Sure, doctors have many brands of yeast infection medicine to choose from, but Monistat is their #1 choice. Monistat, the #1 doctor-recommended brand.
Now to own on video and DVD.
I think you found something.
Bring home the adventures. Own the action. No! Experience the effects.
We are in serious trouble.
He's here. The Mummy. Buy it now at a great low price.
Thank you for calling Domino's Pizza. Can I take your order, please?
At Domino's, we hand stretch dough for quality crust. Don't be tempted into taking shortcuts.
Nothing stops the Domino's crew from making good pizza.
Andy.
Not even Bad Andy. Domino's, Bad Andy, good pizza.
Remember compliments you receive. Forget the insults. Be nice to your siblings. They're your best link to your past and the people most likely to stick with you in the future.
Finally, a minivan to live by. Introducing the Mazda MPV.
Blue.
What's up?
Well, actually, I could go for some chocolate.
You're a Baldwin, right?
Yeah?
Which one?
I'm Steven.
Well, I would have expected better, Steven.
Better what?
Your performance, Gopher Zoom Chocolate. I didn't believe for a second you were going to eat me.
Really?
Honestly, not your best work.
All right, fine. I'll go back out here and try it again, all right? Blue?
No blue aquí.
Buddy?
Go away.
The music of Macy Gray and Christina Aguilera. Plus Mel Gibson, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, and Bill Cosby on the Essence Awards at 8/7 Central Fox Thursday.
Fox Friday. Enter the world of the strange and surreal.
A dream is so real.
With 5 all-new chilling stories every Friday night.
You never know when it's your time.
Decide for yourself which tales are true and which are simply beyond belief. The season premiere. Then it's college rivalry week.
University of Arizona.
University of Washington.
Georgia Tech.
And kids from across the country try to win $2 million. All new Greed. It all starts at 8/7 Central Fox Friday.
It's the concert event of the summer. He's won 9 Grammys, sold over 40 million albums. He's Carlos Santana. In his first television special, performing hits from his multi-platinum album, Supernatural. With Everlast, Dave Matthews, Sarah McLachlan, Rob Thomas, and more. It's a supernatural evening with Carlos Santana. Santana, a musical event, Wednesday, May 31st, only on Fox.
All right, so we're going to start to clear some of these stones. And what is exactly we're looking for inside here?
Inside here, one of the most important discovery. We are not going to start now, Bill.
Oh.
It is the governor of this place, Jed Khonso Yof Ankh. He's like a king. This is a tomb was found intact, and I can say that this is one of the most important discovery that we made. But listen, it's going to take some time to open this. The sarcophagus is big. And maybe inside the sarcophagus we'll find another inner one. Then it will take time. Then everyone has to be patient with us, because this is, in my opinion, looks like a royal tomb. The first ever in any TV ever opened live. And we're going to show this with everyone. It will be the most exciting moment in the history of archaeology.
I'm ready to start digging. Where do we go?
We will go, we'll take
start with these rocks?
We'll start taking the rocks, and after that we will enter inside.
Okay, it's going to take a little time.
It will take, maybe, I hope that we can open it during the show. I hope that it will not be open after the show. Because the huge, big sarcophagus inside, beautiful.
I'm ready.
We have a moment now to visit with Oscar nominee Samuel L. Jackson, who's kept track of Hollywood's ongoing love affair with Egypt. Sam, I want to thank you, first of all, for doing this and for the fact that you could join us.
Thank you, Hugh. It's a pleasure to be here on the Fox lot, which happens to be home of one of the biggest movies about Egypt ever made, Cleopatra. It was also subjected to what we would call a mummy's curse. In its day, that movie cost $60 million, which now would be $270 million, which would make it the most expensive movie ever made. Never made that much money back either. And it caused the dissolution of 2 marriages, Elizabeth Taylor's and Richard Burton's, and it cost the studio head his job.
Yeah, that was something. You know, one would have thought that with that kind of thing happening, it could have killed Hollywood's zest for doing pictures about Egypt, but it didn't.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, since then, we've seen a lot of modern movies, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Mummy just last year, The Prince of Egypt, and some old classic films.
As an actor, who do you think gave the best performance in any of those movies?
I'd have to go with Boris Karloff as the Mummy. You know, it's hard to beat that whole thing. You know, he was like really great when he was doing that, and it scared the bejesus out of me when I was a kid watching that.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Me too. I remember his performance. And I suppose as long as people want to watch that kind of thing, Hollywood is going to give them what they want.
And yes, they are. In fact, I've picked several clips of some of my favorite movies to show how much I know about Egyptian movies.
Well, let me guess. The 10 Commandments, Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, Cleopatra.
Possibly a few others, so, you know, watch and see.
Find the mummy. Don't worry, the mummy will find you. He who robs the graves of Egypt dies.
That all persons present at the opening of a pharaoh's coffin and who gaze at the face of the mummy therein shall die.
If what you say pleases me,
I will give you your price, all of it. If not, we'll give you the point of this blade through your lying throat.
This pyramid shall be my resting place for the second life.
Cleopatra has been glorified in all the arts, yet she still remains a mystery.
Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt.
From Tarsus, I shall send Cleopatra to Rome in chains.
Do wish you say, as if I was something you had conquered?
Is there no one who would grant Antony an honorable way to die? Archaeology is our religion.
The Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, man, that was amazing. How many of those movies did you remember? And how scared were you when you saw them, huh? Or just excited about Egypt?
Yeah, I remember. I probably saw a few, and I remember that some of them scared me a little bit.
Of course, and I'll bet you remember a lot of these other things too, because a lot of movies weren't just the mummy itself. They named these movies after mummy parts. It was like the mummy's hands, the mummy's eyes, the mummy's shroud, the mummy's ghost, things like, you know, Mummy Dearest.
Yeah. Let me ask you something, Sam. If you had a chance to star in a mummy movie that you really thought would be a blockbuster, would you do it? Would you star in it?
Yeah, I would love to have an opportunity to do a film like that. I mean, I've watched films like that all my life. I was entertained by them. I was frightened by them. I was excited by them, and it would be a pleasure to do something that's really part of my cinematic history. It'd be great.
Okay, well, you got a customer right here. I'd pay to go and see it.
Well, thank you. Maybe we can do a Shaft meets the Mummy. That'd be great.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Well, I want to wish you luck on the Shaft film that's opening now, and on the new one you're making, where you're the nephew of the original John Shaft.
Yeah, it's an updated story, and it's going to be great. Richard's great in it. Hopefully, I'll be great in it. And like I said, if this one's successful, maybe the next one will be, you know, Shaft meets the Mummy.
Yeah. I hope Shaft lives forever.
Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
So long, and thank you, sir. Well, next, one of the most important Egyptian finds since King Tut, the secrets of the golden mummies.
One of these women uses Suave Professional's Awapui shampoo. The other pays more for Paul Mitchell Awapui. Both are salon tested. Both leave hair shiny and gorgeously soft. So, who uses Suave and who spends 3 times as much? If you can't tell, why should we? Suave, don't you look smart?
Who can solve this? Mr. Montez.
Last Saturday in the Army Reserve, I linked up 40 tanks, 60 Humvees, and 7,000 troops. On Monday, class was no sweat.
Not bad, Mr. Montez.
As little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Army Reserve.
Critics agree Small-Time Crooks has big-time laughs.
You got your hat on backwards. Yes, so?
A comedic gem, delightfully witty and wacky.
The flashlight goes in the front. Yeah, but it looks cool like this.
Small-Time Crooks, rated PG, now playing. Why pay off your credit card debts when you can play them off with one correct answer? It's your chance of a lifetime. A new game show coming Monday, June 5th to Fox.
Tonight on Fox 61 News at 10, he's accused of having sex with one of his 14-year-old female students. Today, a former Ray County teacher goes on trial. President Clinton's plan to ban new road building in the Cherokee National Forest gets a hearing today in Cleveland. We'll have an update on the Chattanooga City Council, plus who's in the Louis the Lookout suit tonight at 10. Join us.
Pepsi One, with its breakthrough sweetener, may not taste exactly like regular cola.
Pepsi One. I'm going to try that.
But it's close. Too good to be 1 calorie, but it is.
Here's a delicious new idea from CC's Pizza. Tasty chunks of white meat chicken, fresh mushrooms, roasted garlic in a savory white sauce, and real mozzarella cheese. CC's new classic chicken pizza. We're talking flavor. And best of all, it's just $2.99 for all you can eat. The new classic chicken pizza, here for a limited time, so come and get it.
CC's Pizza, our pizza's even better than the price.
We loved our first Elantra so much, we went out just a week later and bought ourselves a second one. The Elantra offers plenty of safety features. Airbags, lots of room for car seats, kids' toys. It gets excellent gas mileage. It's a great family car. The warranty's the best in America. It's nice to know that I won't have to put more money into my car as I'm still paying for it.
Come test drive the 2000 Hyundai Elantra, the car Consumers Digest named a Best Buy.
You said you never loved me. You admit you're doing me wrong. You say you're using me, baby, till the real thing comes along. I'll miss me, baby.
Find a Coke with a special pop top, and you could win $1 million. Hey, it could be your next Coke.
You rang?
Taco Bell introduces new crunchier nachos with chips made fresh all day long. Our crunchiest, tastiest nachos ever. Get an order of Nacho Supreme for just 49 cents when you buy any drink. Grande taste, loco value, only at Taco Bell.
Adam Sandler is Happy Gilmore.
That's your home!
He's got the drive.
Oh, are you too good for your home?
He's got the stroke.
This guy sucks.
But Bob Barker has the shots.
Oh!
The price is wrong, Bobby.
A special Wednesday movie, Happy Gilmore, at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox.
What you're hearing in the background here is the muezzin chanting, because it's local time is 4:28, and these prayers are being said. They're working now on opening the large sarcophagus, but we want to go to the golden mummies, and where Dr. Hawass will be explaining this to Bill Pullman. Gentlemen?
Bill, this is maybe the best tomb that we discovered here, and I told you, we found until now 102 mummies.
Yes.
I invite you to go first and take the curse.
Take the curse.
Go
I'm
ahead.
kinda looking forward to it. I might risk taking the curse. Just, oh man, look at this.
What do you think, Bill?
This is amazing.
Isn't it?
What
Look
a
how,
discovery.
I mean, this is never be in a place. All this number of mummies.
Yes.
But let us start here.
Oh, here they are. Here. These are the golden masks.
Look at the gold. And
here, let me get a little.
Hold this artifact. Oh, you want
the cam? I'm going to take this first and then bring it
And this
over
is a
just
photograph
to
of what?
see. This face is
Isn't it?
amazing. And it's covered with a thin little leaf of gold. And what is the reason for the gold?
The gold is the man will go to the afterlife in a rich way. And he's really covering his face, then his face can be kept forever. Because this is for the resurrection, for the afterlife.
Now, I'm seeing on top of this mummy here is another one.
Oh, this is the mummy of that child. Because and this is really what bothers me. Why he's above his father, not a mother. And did he die after him, or what's really happened? We can find out when we put this under the X-ray.
Well, I gotta do one of these digital pictures. If you can hang on for a second, then I
put it in my website.
All right, good. Here you go.
Good.
Got it.
Great. Good. And see here. Hold this. Bracelets.
Now, what are these made of?
Made of glass, and there is some here that we'll find made of ivory. Necklaces, isn't it beautiful? And look what we found here.
Is it turquoise? No, it's coins.
You know, this needs to go to the lab because of cleaning and things like this. But this is ivory bracelet.
Oh, made from, imported from into the area.
And another necklaces here. The gold bill.
Now these eyes, that's a stone, is it? Or
it's a stone.
Let's see if I can get that close.
This is a paint, but in the middle here, it's a stone.
It's a very stylized, beautiful face.
And the crown here, and these coins. I told we found a coin of Cleopatra VII, the lover of
Mark Antony.
Exactly. But
oh man. Now all of this stuff was this all found here, or did you bring it in from all the tombs? Or?
This tomb is very rich. All this stuff all found in this tomb. Rich.
Now, are you sure you found everything? Because I mean, there's a lot.
Incense made of faience, which is really wonderful. And come by here.
Now wait, this face here. Why? What happened here? We're seeing the skull is exposed here. The linen wrapping and the mask has been taken off.
The linen was not really in a good condition here, but you look at the linen, how it looks like.
Yeah.
But this needs more cleaning. Yeah. And come by, I will show you something else here.
Now, do you think, can you is there any way to estimate the worth of this kind of discovery?
This is priceless. This is history. We learn from history. We never sell history. And this is why this is really priceless. Remember? We talked about wine.
And this was the big vineyard for all of the area?
Because they had 3 types of wine. 2 made of grapes and 1 made of dates, the sweet wine. And in Bahariya, in the time of the pharaohs, they talk always about the good wine of Bahariya Oasis. This is really, let us continue.
Oh, I'm seeing some masks over here. Now these, were these just included? Do these represent any of the faces of the people that are actually
This is exactly
mummified here?
An actual face of the deceased. Actual face of the deceased.
And look, why were they included with the mummy? What was the significance of having a reproduction of the face?
If the mummy will go away, the mask will do the same function of the mummy. And this is why they were smart in doing this.
Like security, in case
and
they
this
got
is really
robbed.
something else, which shows the mummification process, the deceased, in the shape of Osiris, flanked by Horus and Anubis. And in this temple, remember the snakes and the copra?
Yeah.
And these gold pieces above the temple here. This is really something
beautiful.
Yeah, but let us see something else.
All right, Dan, can you grab that thing? Now I'm just about to step on this guy.
Let me go before you first.
All right.
And after that, you follow me.
Can I look back there for a second, though? I almost stepped on.
No, we'll talk about this man later.
All right.
Come to this piece, Bill.
All right.
This is another piece of a lady inside the temple, and she's going to the afterlife for the resurrection. After mummification, now she is for the afterlife.
Is that why she seemed to be like almost stepping, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's
like moving through the
look,
temple into...
Look at the dress, the cobra here.
The cobra, yeah.
Again here.
Yeah.
It's really something incredible.
And there's what is the wing, and what is the significance of the wings?
This is for protection. With Nekhbet protecting with the sun disk the lady that's getting to the afterlife, the resurrection. And if you look at this way, there is more necklaces here.
Oh, look at this.
And bracelet. Look at this bracelet. Isn't it wonderful, Ben?
I can't really, I wish I could share this with everybody that's watching now. This is such, it's light, it's beautiful.
It is wonderful, colorful.
And this shape of this pot.
Beautiful. Pottery vessel.
It's very thin.
Another mask here which is really something wonderful. And look, Bill, can you hold this?
Yeah.
Look at the end. Look at this hit. No, there, to the end.
Yes.
To the far end.
Yeah.
Look at it.
There's a hit.
It's. Tell me what do you
There's
think
a
about it?
mask.
What's your impression? Tell me.
It's. I can't understand why
It's a
in the
mask
back.
with beautiful, realistic eyes, and the hair is like. Look, do you see in the streets of Los Angeles a hair of a lady like this?
Well,
Exactly.
Not recently, but.
I mean, no, recently. This is a type of a hair style that you see in modern times today. Look at this cake style. This is what we call the cake style. And look at this. It's really something very impressive.
Now, are there amulets that are buried inside this lid?
Inside, of course, there is.
So
If
there's
you open this mummies, you'll find gold amulets. You'll find many amulets inside to protect the deceased in the afterlife.
Oh, man. Now, I got to ask you again about this guy. Is it time? Can I ask again? It's just like almost stepped on him, so I feel like I owe him.
This is, in my opinion, the head of the family. This is the master.
Oh, man.
And this man is really the master. And this is why he's buried here.
All right.
Under what? Under a platform.
Yeah.
And he's looking, protecting all of these people here.
Yeah.
It's really something.
He's given the most significant thought. So
and look at the right and the left. All these golden mummies with artifacts.
Now,
Tell me,
these are all going to go to some museum?
Of course, all the artifacts will be taken.
Artifacts, but what about the mummies?
The mummies, you know, I believe that mummies should be kept in the site. And this is why we are going to preserve them in the sites and no one can see them.
So I'm not going to...
حواس لقينا تابوت عاوزين حضرتك تشوفه ده لو سمحت.
I hear it now.
All right.
Let us go to another surprise.
Good.
Follow me. Where is my hat? Here is my hat.
The hat.
No, back in the other location, the lid has been loosened and it's ready to lift off. Dr. Hawass and Bill are on the way back now for what could be the most important find since King Tut. Stay with us.
It took years of research. It was tested by some of the world's greatest minds. And 20 patents later, the secret was revealed. The secret behind Focus Daily's contact lenses. It's called Comfort Edge technology. But what will you do with it? Throw it away. That's right. Focus Dailies are the affordable one-day contacts you put in every morning and throw away every night. So say hello to the incredible comfort of Focus Dailies. Then say goodbye.
When Paul Daigle was shopping mid-size cars, he started with the usual suspects, Camry, Accord. Then he heard about our larger Saturn, the L Series, and got in touch with me to see how it stacked up. I was happy to pass along more details. Only trouble is you can't drive them, and a big part of appreciating this car is just driving it. Of course, I suspected Paul would assume I was biased. That's why I brought an Accord and Camry along, just in case he had any doubts.
My motto is, the customer is always right. The problem was...
Pack of smokes?
Kids would try to buy cigarettes. You got an ID for those smokes?
Oh, come on.
It's illegal for me to sell them to anyone under 18. But since this We Card program started, there's no argument. I just point to the sign.
We're committed to keeping cigarettes out of kids' hands. That's why Philip Morris is a major sponsor of the We Card program.
I'm not alone when I say no, and that's a big help.
Working to make a difference. The people of Philip Morris.
I want to leave this small town. Go someplace where there's more people than cows. I want to see the world. Be part of a team. I want to go where people will listen to what I've got to say. Have people depend on me, not the other way around. Have a place of my own. Get an education. Help someone in trouble. Earn people's respect.
You have plans. Let the Air Force help you get them off the ground.
I want to hang out with people as cool as me.
Play McDonald's Hatch, Match, and Win game, based on Walt Disney Pictures' Dinosaur. And you could win some very cool prizes. Maybe even $1 million. Just match up the parts. The dinosaur parts.
What do you think happened here?
Due to
caller volume, your call will be answered tomorrow. Please hold.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What happens when you call your credit card company?
Spontaneous combustion.
Discover card operators are empowered to help you right on the spot. Real help. There's always something more to discover.
Fox Saturday Baseball returns. The Red Sox battle the Yankees in the greatest rivalry in sports. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week. Coming this fall to Fox.
Suppose I could help you locate the other ones like you.
A new series from James Cameron, writer-director of Terminator and Titanic.
Girls kick ass.
An exciting vision of the near future.
They don't exactly have a search engine for kids with barcodes on their necks.
The story of an extraordinary young woman searching for answers to the mystery of her past.
I know who you are, and I know who you're running from.
And you still think you can do something to change that?
With your help?
Dark Angel, premiering this fall on Fox.
When you think about the layers of time in this ancient civilization, you find yourself wondering, what does it all mean? So many generations, by our standards, morbidly preoccupied with death and the afterlife, going to great lengths to defeat time, and in the process achieving the almost impossible. I say almost because time will eventually defeat these tombs, even the pyramids. But to me, what shines through the pomp, the grandeur, the monumental splendor, is something really immortal, and that is the humanity. Evidences of the human spirit in the fact that mummies don't create themselves. It was the living who kept promises to the dying. Flashes of love and caring shown in things like the tiny sarcophagus of a child, or the sarcophagus of a wife turned on its side to face that of her husband so that she could gaze at him forever. I like to think that was not a perfunctory gesture. People loved back then. They mourned those they lost, just as we do. And that's what's immortal about this vast field of mummies, and about Egypt, and about the world. A few days ago, Omar Sharif showed me parts of old Cairo, which he knows and loves, and it loves him too. Is anything still here that was in the Cairo of 1,000 years ago?
I think probably this is, I mean, some of these things aren't obviously, but I think basically this place was here 1,000 years ago.
This was a street, yeah.
Yes. I left Cairo when I made Lawrence of Arabia, and I left was about 1962. I came back in 1976, and I didn't recognize it at all.
This cafe in the Khan el-Khalili marketplace will always be Cairo to Omar Sharif.
I love the people on the street. They love me, and we have a rapport like, father and children. They're all my children. They love me. When you walk on the street, you see more children than anything else. If you travel in the country, as you're driving along, you're going to find hundreds, thousands of children. There are more children than adults in Egypt. The average age, I think, is very low because people have children all the time.
And I know there's some plans for education that seem ambitious and very worthwhile, like sending a number of the top students here to high-tech education and so forth.
Yes. Education is the answer to even overpopulation, because if people are educated, they know better than to have too many children, more than they can afford to bring up.
Close to open now. Do not go away.
Opening the Tombs of the Golden Mummies Live is brought to you by Jaws 25th Anniversary Collector's Edition, surfacing July 11th on DVD and video, rated PG.
Coming to DVD and video, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Jaws, the Anniversary Collector's Edition. Now digitally remastered with over 75 minutes of exclusive bonus footage.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
The Jaws Anniversary Collector's Edition on DVD or 2-volume VHS. Own it July 11.
This transmission is coming to you.
You got it.
waiting. As American as the Big Apple. A taste of the old world, a taste of the new. The best of both. Applebee's introduces Manhattan steak and shrimp. Traditional grilled sirloin sharing the plate with a newcomer. Lightly garlic-crusted shrimp. Crispy shrimp, tender sirloin, together like New York, New York. For a limited time only, Manhattan steak and shrimp. As unique as the Big Apple. As American as Applebee's.
There's nothing like the way I feel after a good night's sleep. That's why I love my Tylenol PM. For me, there's just no reason to have trouble sleeping. I take Tylenol PM before bed. It stops my pain and helps me sleep. So I'm ready for another great day.
You said you never loved me. You admit you're doing me wrong. You say you're using me, baby, till the real thing comes along. Have mercy, baby.
Find a Coke with a special pop top, and you could win $1 million. Hey, it could be your next Coke.
Catch the hottest performances by Macy Gray, Erykah Badu, and Christina Aguilera. Plus Michael Jordan, Danny Glover, Mel Gibson, and Tyra Banks.
Set it off, girlfriend.
Join host Oprah Winfrey and Bill Cosby for the Essence Awards at 8/7 Central, Fox Thursday.
The concert event of the summer, Santana, in his first television special, performing hits from the album that's won 9 Grammys. With Everlast, Dave Matthews, Sarah McLachlan, Rob Thomas, and more. A supernatural evening with Santana, Wednesday, May 31st on Fox.
Just ahead on Fox 61 News at 10, a special Fox focus, Who Counts the Pollen? Jerry Mathewson goes behind the scenes to find the man responsible. We'll also meet the man who brings Louis the Lookout to life just ahead on Fox 61 News at 10.
Friday.
What a night this has been. It began with the discovery of a baby's sarcophagus, which we opened while we were on the air. And moments later, we opened another sarcophagus, more than 2,600 years old, which revealed, of course, a mummy. Bill Pullman and Dr. Hawass re-entered the catacombs on the south end of Sheikh Soubi and are currently located in the tomb of the governor of Bahariya. Let's join them live right now.
Oh, Bill, that's really the 12-ton lid. And look at the face. رجالة اتفضلوا. اتفضلوا على الله. اتفضلوا. And Bill, look the figure of Osiris here. And look at the name. Jed Khonso Eof Ankh. The first name is like the first name of your son Jack. This is Jed. Then this is Jed Khonso Eof Ankh, who was the priest of Isis and Osiris, and look up there is Isis also and Osiris. Isis is down here, Osiris in this way and this way. But Bill, I would like you to watch the work, man. يلا رجالة. يلا على خيرة الله رجالة. على خيرة الله. اعتمد على الله. Bill, excuse me for a second.
What are we expecting to find down here in this one?
I don't know. We will see. يلا رجالة. اعتمد على الله.
I don't see anything yet. I'm kind of, they're starting to wedge it a little bit back.
Bill, can you,
they're gonna have to,
yep,
it looks
Bill,
pretty darn heavy.
Can you let me
down? Yep, I'm gonna shift over here. Dan's got a camera down there that he's gonna try to catch a better glimpse of the first thing that we'll be able to see. Okay, they're pulling it back now. All right, it's taking an incredible amount of effort because it's huge. All right, I'm seeing some different colors. There's blue amulets down there that I'm seeing first, and there's, oh my God, look at this. There isn't some of the things we've never seen anything else.
شد تاني. شد تاني. يلا يا رجالة. يلا يا رجالة. تمام. شد.
Dan, I'm going to come down here so that we can get a little better glimpse of.
No, you know, Bill, we can see here some. No, please, no one is supposed to touch this, please. This is an amulet of Isis and Horus. And this is again another. يلا رجالة شدوا رجالة. Look, Bill, look at this winged scarab. Means existence. يلا رجالة شدوا تاني. شد يا رجالة. شد كمان. شد يا رجالة. شد كمان. شد. ها؟ شد. شد يا رجالة. هيلا هوب. هيلا هوب. هيلا هوب يا رجالة.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. Look down in here and see. I can see a.
I think. Listen. خلاص رجالة. That's enough. That's enough. Bill, can you come?
Yes.
Can you come in this
I'm
way?
coming around.
Okay, كله يا جماعة مع السلامة. سيبوا الرئيس طلع. Now look at what we have. We have. This is what we. Bill, this is what we call shawaptis. And shawaptis means the statues that they put in the tomb to answer the deceased. It seems that the mummy is deteriorated because only you have bones here. And you know the reason? Because this tomb, there is water and humidity comes by, and I'm sure it deteriorated the mummy. But look, these statues, they put it underneath, then they can answer all the questions that they will ask the deceased in the afterlife. And if you can look again to this, can you tell me who is this?
Have you ever seen this many amulets?
No, this is really a lot of amulets, and for protection.
30 or 40,
this is. Can you tell me? I think. Can you tell me who is this? This
Anubis, isn't it?
No, this is
the jackal.
But listen, Bill, I believe that you should, after this incredible show and this opening of this great sarcophagus that opened intact for the first time, I think you should change your job and be an archaeologist.
I'm tempted. And
come by and work for me. Not more.
How do you feel to like find this one? This is kind of one of the largest ones that you've found that I've seen anyway.
It is. Look, this is a kind of an amulet. Looks like Horus with the sun disk. And this is really my favorite here.
Why are they blue? What makes them blue?
Blue because this is made of ferns. And look, there is a vessel here. There is some. This is
down through here. See if I can.
This is a part of what's called canopic jars.
Right.
There's Bill and Dr. Hawass, how did this grave escape the robbers?
You know, Hugh, I think because it's down about 35 feet down. And because this man is the most powerful man in that time, he's like a king.
And he got himself sealed up pretty well.
And this is why he protected his tomb. And Hugh, what's really amazing, how they brought this limestone from the area of Cairo and Torah through the Nile to Middle Egypt and back about 200 miles again. And look at this alabaster. This inner sarcophagus, Bill, made of alabaster.
So how did they get alabaster down here? Because this would have, they didn't make this on site then.
This can answer the question to everyone, that building the pyramid was not that miracle. Egypt is not the pyramids only. Look, the way that they put sarcophagus here, there is a shaft they open in the other side and they put it from here. But look at what we have here. We talked about this canopic jars, Bill. This is the jars that they put all the organic in the time of mummification, and they have the tops of the children.
What about what happened to the body?
I feel here that the body was deteriorated, and I thought that this will happen because this tomb, there is many water came in from the houses that built above it, and you have this material called hematite. It's kind of a red powder. You know, Hugh, when I entered, Bill, the first time here, I felt like this material was killing all of us. You know, Mansour and Mahmoud and Abdul Hamid and Muhammad Tayyib, all of us felt as if we are killed because of the smell of that material. And I believe that they put it here maybe to protect the tomb or maybe to be a representation of the sun. But let us see
what... that's a wine jar? This is part of, what again is the canopic jar? What might have been held into this?
Canopic jars, it holds all the organic inside the, and look what we have here.
You mean by the liver?
The liver and all the organic, and they put it in this 4 canopic jars. See if anything more.
Okay.
look what we have here. This is
I see a bird,
gold,
a shape of
gold amulets. You know, they put faience amulets, and they put also winged, maybe this is Nekhbet, goddess of protection. I think I need really everyone to look at this. How the ancient Egyptian wanted to protect their tomb by putting a gold small amulet like this. And you know where the Egyptian brought gold, Bill? You know from where?
Where?
From Nubia, far away. And gold was like dust in Egypt. Look at the other one.
Imagine the difference of the scale of this huge thing, so beautiful, and this tiny, delicate things.
This is again, I think this is Horus.
Incredible workmanship.
This is a winged Horus. And look how they put it in this jar to be protected. And again, this is maybe like a bird, a golden bird. And this is the cobra that will bite anyone who will disturb the tomb of the deceased.
And this is 2,500 years old, 500
This is
BC, with a technology and a sense of how to move large mass in such ways that I can't even imagine doing it now. We've just come through like a 4x4 opening, and this thing is a good 12 tons. How did they get this in here? Do you think they must have had a few more guys than what we have here today?
What?
How did they get the scale of this thing?
They get down this, before they open a side shaft. And from the side shaft, they take the sand and they push the sarcophagus from the side shaft. And I think that side shaft was opened in this side to put the sarcophagus inside here. And I'm looking for a gold piece that's filled down here.
So they have 12 tons that they lowered down in here, and then they put the body on top of this. This must have taken years to prepare.
Of course.
So they knew that he was going to be buried here for probably a decade before he was.
For an ancient Egyptian, his hope from the beginning is to prepare his tomb. He will do everything to prepare his tomb. And that's why this really is an incredible discovery, and it's intact tomb. So no one never opened before us here.
Well, let's hope that he made it into the afterlife. I think after all of this effort, I would say that it probably did. And this is kind of the farthest down that we've gone, the deepest we've gone.
I think we needed more time. There is still more artifacts under the sarcophagus. I'm sure more amulets, and part of the mummy should be there, and that's what will continue our excavation. But I'm very glad that everyone watched it, that this is the first time in any history that any show opened something, an intact tomb, live like this. And I'm very happy, Bill, that you are witnessing this with me, and everyone is watching us all over the world now.
Well, I can't tell you, Zahi, I really enjoyed your passion on this kind of excavation, and I think it represents your people of Egypt that have had so much passion in their excavations now, and the kind of passion that led them to make such an amazing thing, artworks really on a scale that you can't believe, and a sense of history that that is kind of like an encouragement to think about now our own culture and how we could match up to it. So I think we're going to go back up to Hugh and get his final thoughts on what we've discovered down here.
But Hugh, I would like to make one quick thought, that what we witnessed tonight is really a great discovery. It's a major important discovery, and I think the Egyptian did it through love and peace.
Okay, great.
And what we are, modern Egyptian now, are doing the same to the world. We are giving peace and love.
Thank you, Dr. Hawass.
Thank you.
And Bill. Boy, there's enthusiasm there, isn't there? Is it what you expected, Lisa?
You know, I think, Hugh, that everybody wonders what it would be like to step back into time. And I think that we've been lucky enough to do that tonight by entering the tombs and actually touching these artifacts. We've been connected to these people who have lived here and worked here and died here, all with the passionate belief that they would live again. I think that's a wonderful testament to their spirit, and tonight's been a wonderful adventure.
Yeah, what struck me was, you mentioned time, going backward in time. I was most struck, and did a little arithmetic really on what those time layers mean, because it's 2,000 years back to the time of Cleopatra, and of course that tomb goes back another 500 years. But in the time since the middle of the Greco-Roman period, which is what this vast field of mummies averages in age, I calculated that in those 2 millennia, there were, of course, 20 centuries and 200 decades, there were 78, at least, human generations, maybe around 80 human generations, 36,000 full moons, and 730,000 evenings, of which this was one of the greatest, at least from my standpoint, and I really enjoyed being this close to it. I think that's what makes it, people can read about it, but when you're here and see this and you see it happening, it's a great thrill. So that's it.